Hi, I'm Peter. I'm the co-founder and CTO of Emma, and in this video I want to show you Emma projects. Now, what are Emma projects? Well, basically it is when you have a bunch of documents and you want to run a comparison of these documents, or you just want to analyze them for legal liabilities or risks, or you just want to see what's in these documents and put them nicely side by side. So, for example, you can use it when you have a bunch of commercial contracts and you want to see which clients got special exceptions over others. Or if you have a bunch of SPAs and if you want to see which companies have different drag-along rights than others. So projects allows you to quickly compare a bunch of documents or analyze a bunch of documents. Now let's create a new project. When you create a new project, you directly arrive in the matrix. And at first you will see there are no documents here. So what you can do is just select a bunch of documents and drag them over here. Or you can use the upload button if that's easier for you. Once you have added a bunch of documents, Emma starts processing these documents. Now, let's go to a project where Emma has already processed the documents. So if Emma has processed the documents, what you will get is for every document you get the jurisdiction, a date, a short summary, if there are any signatures expected, and if it is reviewed by anyone. Obviously, nobody has reviewed it yet. Now, within projects, you can do a bunch of things. First, quickly show you, you can change the name. So if you want a different name, you can have a different name. What you can also do is select a playbook. Now, what is a playbook? Well, a playbook basically extracts basic information from the document and looks for legal liabilities. If you have, for example, consulting agreements, you can use one of the built-in playbooks of Emma, for example, independent consulting agreements, and Emma will start extracting this information. But let's start from scratch in this case. Let's first go to the risks page. If you want to analyze these documents for risks, you can create a check right here, or, which is more practical, just pick one of Emma's checks. If you don't know which one to pick, maybe look for the domain you're interested in, like HR in this case. And let's analyze these contracts for IP transfer, for example. You just click create one check, and Emma starts checking these documents, looking for legal liabilities. Another thing you can do is extract key terms. So this is basic information that you extract from a document. For example, who has to sign the document, or if it's like in this case a consulting agreement, what is the role, what is the salary. So how do you do that? You just click add a key term, give it a name, for example salary, and in this case that's a currency amount. You have obviously other types, and you can click this generate button and Emma will generate a description for you. This description is used to get a better, more accurate result. If you use a description, you get a better output. So let's create it. Now Emma starts looking through the documents, finding the salaries. Another thing you can do is you can compare the documents. So let's say you have a reference document, for example, the Jane Doe contract right here. You can select it as a reference document and you can run the comparison. Once you do this, Emma starts comparing all these documents and you can easily put them side by side and see where the differences are. So let's go to a date room where this has already been done and where we have extracted a bunch more features, key terms and risks. When you enter the risks page, you will see all the risks that Emma has found. So in this case, there are a few medium risks, high risks, and if you want to figure out what has been stated in these documents, you can just double click on the risk and go straight into the document where the risk is shown. And here you will see, okay, it comes from this paragraph, and this is the summary you get on why this is a risk. What you also have is all the key terms that Emma was able to extract. So what you see here is Emma has compared these documents. And if you scroll through the key terms, you see that for some key terms, there are clear differences. So you can just double click on them and go straight into the document where this key term is defined and see why it is different. Besides that, you can show the text comparison. Here you see a quick heat map to see where the main changes are. The darker the color, the more changes there are. If you want to nicely see them side by side, you just click on Table View and you see where all the changes have happened in this document. So you get a quick overview of which document has the most changes and what has exactly been changed. What you can also do is go straight to one of these documents, click on this button and just see the track changes of only this document. Alright, another feature that Emma Project offers is the chat. You can access the chat from right here, or you can go to the chat page and ask any question, like who is in these contracts? Maybe not the best prompt, but Emma starts thinking about your prompt, starts searching through the documents, and based on that starts formulating you an answer. The nice thing is, for everything that Emma has found, it also gives you references. You can just click on a reference and again go into the document and see where this information comes from. Alright, this was a quick overview of how you can use Emma Projects to quickly analyze and compare documents.